All right, here we go.
Watercooler.
Wow, wow, wow,
Watercooler. Watercooler.
wow, wow, wow. Hey, welcome to Watercooler. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know how the show goes. Hi, Chris Loxamana. Kick it with my Kroll Digital Bud and Matt and Gary. With me today in studio is me. But all the way in NoHo, California, we got Mike Dawson here.
You guys want to see how hard a dog's skull is?
Sounds like a little too much dog to me.
Yeah. Put your
see
pants
that?
back on.
Oh my God, that's a black eye, sir.
Oh,
That is a
what?
black eye. That is a dog's skull.
That's
that
recent.
is
You
me
didn't have
wrestling
that.
with Champ, and it got me in the right spot.
You didn't have that today when I saw you, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I just didn't look into your eyes like I usually do.
I was wearing my hat low.
Oh, that's what it was. All right, well, we'll talk about your shiner in just a moment. Let me introduce the other boys here. All the way in OC, California. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. It's Gary Smith.
Is NoHo short for no honey?
Yes.
Oh.
I learned that from the episode I wasn't there for.
No. Yeah, because ho is short for honey. So, no honeys. Or nocturnal honeys. Oh, the no-hos, the nocturnal honeys walking around. I don't know about them. And all the way in Austin, Texas, Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
Hey, Matt. Hey, guys. No Kalen today. No flicking the beam, but it's okay. We can power through. He probably has pond work or something. Who knows? All right. Dawson,
What's up, guys? What's up?
your eye. What happened?
Yeah,
Just
dude.
got headbutted?
Fucking wrestling with the dog,
It's
man.
like that one dinosaur in Jurassic Park with the skull. I guess I could just say dinosaur.
Sometimes Champ gets the fucking zoomies, and and I will, get into it with him. But sometimes that little dog's head can just get right in the right fucking area, and it hurts like shit.
Well, see, when you're wrestling and you see the guy getting up onto the ropes and climbing up onto the post, you got to be real careful because they're going to drop an elbow right in your fucking
That's
face
right.
if you don't move,
right.
you know?
I should have fucking tapped out when Champ was on the ropes.
Yeah, Champ was climbing
that
the
was
ropes.
chance.
Yep.
Everybody was cheering. You're out. You're on the mat. Back to the mat. He's up in the corner.
The ref is distracted.
Oh,
by
the ref's
other
being distracted by
shenanigans in the ring.
by the
Can't see what's going
Champ's
on.
tag team partner.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had a dog-related conundrum come up recently, and I wonder if Matt or Dawson have ever had this happen.
Why not me?
Well, you don't have a dog that I know of.
I've been around a dog. I've met
It's
dogs.
about dog ownership. Maybe it's about ownership, Chris.
I've owned a
You're-
dog.
You're an amateur in this field.
Yeah, I think you'll come to see that it would likely only apply to someone who actually owns a dog.
We'll
but
find out.
So
Let's find out.
So over the course of this weekend, my wife and I have been kind of doing some cleaning.
I've done cleaning. Okay, this still
Yeah,
checks out for a Chris
absolutely.
opinion.
Classic dog ownership. Something
Yeah,
that only a dog owner would know how
Okay.
to do.
So we've cleaned large sections of our home, and we both, I think made some really good progress. And then on Sunday night, at the end of the weekend, I came into the very entry of near my front door, and it smelled weird. And I kind of tried to find the source of it, and then I couldn't. And then I noticed a little while later that my wife was trying to find the source of it as well. We could not figure it out. It smelled absolutely horrible, and we could not for the life of us figure it out.
Describe the
Good
smell.
thing you have a dog. Good thing you own a dog that can sniff things out for you. This
Yeah,
is something that
exactly.
only we'll be able to discuss.
Because I've
now.
come across putrid smells as well.
Right, but you don't have a dog. You didn't know what it was.
But you're right.
Chris has worn a dog costume though, so maybe he actually has a little more knowledge in this field than
we
I'm
don't
giving
know
him
yet.
credit for.
Let's see how Gary lands his
Continue.
plan.
Bad smells.
It smelled horrible. It smelled vaguely like shit would, but it didn't smell strong enough. It wasn't full shit. It was like on the
Rotting
road
food.
to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fart.
could have been that. We thought
Borderline.
maybe with the cleaning, we inadvertently brought like a small dead rodent or something into the house. That was among something that we didn't understand. And it was not until this morning that I realized that what in fact we were smelling was shit from a walk yesterday that I tied onto the leash and forgot to throw away when I got home. So the leash bag of shit tied to it, and it was hanging on the hook, and it didn't occur to us because we keep empty bags tied to the leash as well. So it just blended in. I've never made that mistake before. I hopefully never will again. I would think that this has done a number on me. But Matt Dawson, have you ever made a similar mistake?
I'm more interested to know if Chris has ever made.
Yeah,
that
Chris,
mistake.
have you ever brought a bag of shit into your house?
Yeah.
and then left
who
it
hasn't?
there without realizing
Who
that
hasn't?
you did that?
Yeah. Because when I go on walks, I just pick up the shit I walk by. So yeah, I pick up my.
right.
I just clean the neighborhood, or if I have to go, Jenny picks up mine. And yeah, there's probably been a time or two where she's forgotten to throw it away. So
See, I haven't done that. It will never get back in the house. But if I don't walk conveniently past a trash can and I get Champ back to the front gate, we're going to the house.
Oh wow! So you're
They're
you're
right
any port in a
now.
storm, right? You're
Right
you're
now,
any trash can.
What?
You're any port in a storm. You'll walk by the neighbor's trash can. You'll walk any trash.
If it's out,
can.
if it's out on, I will not go on someone's property.
Right.
But if there's a trash can in the street, I will throw the dog shit in there.
Even if you open it and it's empty.
Always.
I have thoughts on this, of course.
This is there are the cart police. I can't remember what they're called. We've had
Cart narcs.
Cart narcs. There are segments of the internet that are devoted to people who do what Dawson does, and it is frowned upon.
Okay, well,
I really, if people are angry about this, we are indeed out of problems.
Okay.
Well, this actually is a
This
question
is
that Chris
putting
can
garbage
answer.
in a garbage can.
This is putting
correction.
shit.
Someone
in a
is
garbage
against
can.
that.
This
Well
is putting
done, Gary.
shit in a garbage can of someone who may not have other purpose to put shit in their garbage can.
and this is
but they're
my
not
garbage can.
This
Th-
is now a question Chris can answer. He does not have a dog. So are you happy with opening your can to find it reeking of dog shit?
Absolutely
when you know
not.
that
I'm
you
not
don't have a
happy.
dog?
Okay, but here's the thing. I am happy that they picked it up. That's a plus. But so we got a new fence installed, a side fence installed in front of my driveway. So in order to do that, I had to, because it was under construction. Ah, damn it.
What we haven't been doing drops so far.
Okay, so in order to do that, we had to keep our bins in our driveway, like in front of the fence, because it was impossible to go through the fence during the construction. So we just had to keep it there for a couple of weeks. And so our bins were exposed, my recycling bin and my trash can bin. And there have been times when I bring in the bins late. You know, our pickup's Friday, and I bring them in late, and I'll open it up, and there's some dog poop. That's on me, because it's out on the curb. But when they're in my driveway, in the back of my driveway, to where you have to walk down my entire driveway to throw your poop away, I don't want that. Okay.
No, nobody wants that.
Yeah, well, they do that. There's a guy that does that. And I have cameras,
that's
and he
unacceptable.
looks at my cameras when I do it. When he does it. And I look at him
Unacceptable.
looking at my cameras, and I send him to Jen, and Jen thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Jen's wrong.
Wow.
I'm not crazy. It
Jen's wrong.
bothers me. I'm going to call her. Well, she'll listen to this show.
That part is egregious.
Yeah.
But I will say this, that there is a very vocal minority of people who are against putting dog shit in garbage cans. Of the amount of the population that actually gives a shit, maybe 1% of those are against it.
See, Dawson,
Like,
I tend to agree.
Nobody
with you.
cares. They're loud. And
I tend to agree with you, but I think that in the age of everyone having a Ring camera, the last thing I want is a video of me doing something that I think is actually like good for the neighborhood, which is disposing of feces in a disposal bin. Going around, .com. Look at this giant asshole. He's fucking looks like Shrek, and he's throwing shit in my trash can. Like I don't need that. I want that
it's like
smoke.
Shrek.
Oh, one of my best friend's daughter does not know my name. She calls me Uncle Shrek because he has trained her from day one. And she fully believes that I don't look like Shrek unless that I am bathing in mud. Why are you sending it to me?
I want you to see this. Gary, describe what you're seeing. Because I
All
can't
right.
share it on Zoom right now.
I am looking at a video of Chris's Prius, and there is a person.
see it,
I don't know
Chris.
why.
Yeah, why can't we share this video?
I'm
Why
trying
can't the
to.
whole-
Dog,
It's
I can share it to
offensive to me.
Enough with the holding the phone up to the camera. Jesus
Okay.
I could have
Christ.
just shared it through Zoom. I don't know what to tell you, but it's a person with a white fluffy dog. That somehow makes it more offensive to me that it's a white fluffy dog. By the way, Chris, I gotta say that
It's a nice looking driveway.
it's not only a nice looking driveway, but that's some high quality shit right there. Good on Simply Safe. My Ring cameras don't look that clean.
Oh, thank you.
All right, here's what I'm thinking needs to happen here, because Gary has not finished describing this, but what you're saying, Chris, is that this man opens the lid of your trash can, he puts a dog poop bag, and then he leaves your property. Is that correct?
Yes.
No, he stares at the camera as
He
well.
stared at the camera, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, this isn't. This
Look.
I have multiple videos of this guy. It's the same
you have
guy.
to freeze frame it, but like, yeah, this guy's definitely doing.
Here's what you do, Chris. Dude,
I can see that.
do this. Get a bunch the next time you know he's gonna do this. Get out there about an hour before he does.
How would
and
you know?
Fucking put a bunch of fucking Vaseline all over
My body.
the fucking handle.
Oh,
And so when he goes to lift up your trash can, he gets shit all over his hands. And you can make it even more offensive than that. He will never do it again.
Dawson, you have basically said exactly what I was going to say, which is that, Chris, you need to set up some sort of Home Alone-esque trap to rig your trash can. Now, Dawson's idea of the Vaseline, that's great. You could take it a step further.
It's not
You
that
can rig
great.
it- you can rig it with a water balloon or like
Yeah,
a
it's just
paint
decent.
balloon.
It's not
so
that
when he
great.
opens it, it splashes down on his head. People hate getting wet.
I mean, people do, especially when they're walking and using my trash can. But
Or
the
a paint can. You can go really
But
Home
he
Alone
can sue
style.
you
course
for
I go-
that. He can't sue you for Vaseline.
That's true.
I don't
But-
know if he can sue you for if he's trespassing on your property though. Can he?
If someone gets hurt on your property in California, dude, it's
Dawes.
some guy was robbing some
Oh,
dude.
but I don't know. But Dawson,
They
I
couldn't
know what you're talking about, and I think that's true. But I don't know how it works if you haven't invited them onto your property. If they are trespassing, technically, especially if you have a sign that says no trespassing.
Right. Well, just based on the current trends, I can't see that California law is protecting personal property anymore.
right.
Now, it's now been over a year since I left California. I can't remember what the laws are like there, but in Texas, if somebody comes onto your property, they'll just shoot you in the face. So I don't know if you're allowed to do that in California, but you may consider just flashing or brandishing some type of firearm. Like Dawson was saying, camp out like an hour before, get a lawn chair, get a 6-pack of beer.
Jesus.
Jeez, Matt.
I don't know if Emmy is there. If Emmy is able to allow screen sharing, I can
Gran
put up a picture-
Torino.
I can put up a picture of this gentleman, and I gotta say,
Oh, we don't
that
need a I don't want to put him out on the internet.
I do because the more I dislike him, everything about him.
Yeah, so I send it to Jen, and Jen's like, "You're obsessed with this guy," and I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of am. I kind of am."
Also, if it's happening multiple times
I want to see the guy.
with your exact trash can, then that suggests to me that he's targeting you because if
He
if
knows
you're-
it. I'm part of his route. I'm basically part of
Oh
his route.
no! Here's the
But, like,
thing. Here's the
But the
thing.
route, I have a dog. My dog does not poop in the same part of the route, even if I take the same route. So presumably you would just use whatever trash can is closest. But it sounds like this guy is waiting and coming back to your trash can when what he should be doing is waiting for his own trash can or forgetting about it altogether and hanging it on a hook in his home.
Yeah,
Have you tried hiding the trash can? Put it in a different place than where he would normally expect it.
I don't want to have to work around this guy too much. And putting Vaseline
Yeah.
on my handle, I got to
Just do
take
it
out the
once.
trash. I
Just
got to drag
once.
that thing out to the curb. I don't want Vaseline hands.
Wear gloves, dude. All right, listen. Some
Then I'm
sacrifices
going to
have
get
to
some
be made.
stupid nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I get it, but I feel you. This dude is this person is overstepping their territorial bounds.
Yeah. And by the way,
They,
and
they
okay,
care too much about themselves.
so I'm dealing with that, and then I open my lid to throw away my trash, and I think I'm just going to have a neutral smell. No, I get clocked in the face, akin to Dawson's black eye, but with a smell of dog shit. The second that's just been hotboxing in my trash can.
Well, not only that, but then you're dropping basically an anvil on top of it, which is just going to
Yeah.
distribute the smell.
Smash it into
Here's the other
fucking
thing.
bottom of the can.
Here's the other thing too. As I'm viewing this, I'm saying that there was no courtesy involved in the putting it in there. Usually, you just certainly do not want to alert neighbors that you are putting something in their trash can, even when it's out on the street. I lift it and I set it down.
Yeah.
I don't flip it, and that's what this person did.
It's
She
really
just-
disrespectful.
This
yeah.
guy's squanting.
And that's a guy that looks like a woman.
It's a guy.
It's a guy. Because I've seen him
A full
there.
beard.
See, my windows are right there, and I've opened the window on him and just watched him do it, and he still did it.
Well, now I think it's a kink.
Shotgun.
If he's done it in front of you, knowing you're watching,
He's
then
done
I
it
think
in front of me.
That's a message.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't like
Yeah.
this. And I don't need a feud with
I
a
know you
neighbor.
don't need this.
I don't need.
You know where
this.
he lives?
I'll tell you
No,
what, Chris.
I can follow him.
I will come
I'll
over.
probably follow him. one day.
Just
I'll
follow
come
him.
over.
Yeah,
and I'll
that's
handle
definitely
it
what
for
you should do, Chris.
Yeah.
I want to circle it back to how this first came up, which is Gary bringing a bag of shit into his house. And I just want to say, as a dog owner, I can absolutely relate to what you've done. However, I have not actually done it before because I do not tie the shit-filled bag onto the leash. Once it's filled with shit, I just have to kind of carry it for the remainder of the walk. And I don't know, you got the babies and everything. Like, that might be a little too much, but...
No, you're right. That's usually what I do. But... all right. Well, just to go full circle, I took a walk with my dog a few days ago, and it was just one of these. No matter which way I turned, I could not get away from a street that had another dog, and my dog was very excitable, and she was pulling, trying to like go make friends or whatever. And the next day, I realized that she had pulled so much that she had actually injured my arm. So I have instituted a training collar on her, and I need my hands free. So for the first time in probably months, I tied it onto the leash because of this new protocol. And that's why I think I forgot about it, because I'm with you. Up in it, whenever possible, once it's a dirty bag, that's just in my hand, because I don't, for exactly this reason, I don't want to have to forget. I want to have it there bugging me so I know it goes in the trash before I go in the house. So it's 100% my fault. This is a story about me making a mistake, but yeah, it was not good.
Yeah. Well, also, I want to pose this question to Matt and Gary, because
Dawson can sit this one out.
Yeah. Well, because it has to do with cats.
Sure.
Aha.
Yeah, cats.
Good.
I grew up with cats. I love cats.
Nope.
We'll find out.
Too late.
We'll find out.
It's specific to owning a cat in the 21st century.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Shit.
pretty much. We'll see.
I live with a cat in the 21st century.
We don't know yet. We don't know.
My
Let's
roommate's
find out.
cat.
We'll find out if it applies.
But did you own it?
Okay. Well,
Dude, that cat stalked me and used to beat the shit out of me. And I fucking filled a fucking squirt bottle full of pee, and I fucking sprayed it on the cat, and the
Here we
cat
go.
became my best fucking
why
friend.
did you do
I
that?
owned
Why
that
did
cat.
you do that, Matt? All right. Well, this question's for Matt and Gary. I doubt it will be applicable for Dawson, but we'll find out. So, guys, imagine if you had a black eye. All right.
Go on.
So there's this cat that poops in my side yard. And dude,
There's nothing you can do.
Are cats' diets strictly of vinegar? Why does cats pee and like, why do whatever they excrete just smell like the most pungent vinegary stuff? And I don't know what to do. I'm looking into getting this thing that will release a sonic signal and supposedly scare cats away. Or should I just cover my whole side yard in foil?
You need a sonic signal for your trash can.
Dude, you already know the answer, man. You just won't take the step.
I'm not going to take
Start
the
peeing
step.
in a water bottle, bro.
I don't want cats going
Speaking
around.
of doggies.
Okay, there's a dog. All right, let's move on from animal feces here. I think it's time. Before I go into comments, I want to say thanks to all the Bobo boys and gals who said what up in Vegas.
Except for one who apparently.
Oh yeah, Kathy.
What's with this? Kathy buys you lunch and you can't even say hi. Come on.
Yeah, you've bought me lunch how many times and you don't say hi?
Chris should have been buying you drinks all night.
Yeah, that's what it was. Or you could have bought me drinks or lunch or dinner or something. Like, we would have.
She's done enough.
Yeah. Maybe.
Especially when you're at a comedy club, when buying her drinks means getting her drinks for free that you don't ever pay for.
Right. Yeah, you could have asked me to sneak you drinks from the green room. I mean, we would have figured something out. But but there were a lot of people who said they really loved the show. And I always tell them, if they tell me that, I want to tell you guys that. So, Matt.
That's awesome. Thank you for listening.
Gary, Dawes.
Thanks to them for listening,
Yeah.
as always.
It is always awesome to hear people like the show.
Yeah, it was a good time.
'Cause
So on the
we
flight,
like it, but
So on the flight home from Vegas, I took an afternoon flight, and it's like you're in the air for about 45 minutes. It's almost as fast as Gary can drive to Vegas. So we're flying.
That's still up there. Like, the birth of my son was pretty tight, but getting to Vegas in 3 hours and 5 minutes.
that's insane.
There was I literally was talking to a guy who just moved to Vegas, and he works between Vegas and LA, and he pulls me aside and he goes, I could drive to Vegas, like, I leave midnight just when there's no traffic, 3 hours, 40 minutes.
Amateur.
And I just thought, that's cute. That's cute. I'm like, no way.
That's adorable, is what I would have told him.
All right, yeah, it was epic. So anyway, we're flying from Vegas back to Long Beach, and I have a window seat, Southwest flight. Nobody's in my aisle, and I just pass out, and then I wake up and I'm in Long Beach. It was nice and easy, and so we park at the gate, and everyone's trying to get up. But before everyone gets up, this lady who sits in front of me, like one row in front of me, and all the way on the other side of the aisle, goes, "Hey." And she's trying to get my attention. And I look over. I'm still a little disoriented because I just woke up. And she goes, "Hey." I go, "Yeah." "How do you sleep like that?" I'm like, what do you mean? "You just conked out. We had so much turbulence. We all thought we were going to die. And you didn't wake up at all. Do you guys see this? Do you guys see this guy sleeping?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, we were watching him. How'd you do that?" And there was all this commotion about how I could just sleep. And I'm like, "I don't know. I've been working all week and I'm tired."
Did you tell them you used to sleep in dresser drawers?
I could really, it really is a gift. But yeah, she's just drawing attention that I could just sleep through everything. And I'm getting a little embarrassed now. I don't want this attention.
Yeah.
Why can't we just get up and go? Why did she have to know this? And it was weird. I don't want attention. When I put my guitar and I still wave my guitar in the overhead bin, it's
Brought your guitar to Vegas?
No, but I'm just saying in general, whenever I do have to do it, it's the worst because it draws attention. I had a lady go, "Hey, look at this guy. He's better than everyone else." Takes up the whole
Play
bin.
some music for us, fancy boy.
Oh, did somebody say that?
Yes. And I already hate doing that anyway. So it just I don't need it. I don't want it. So if you see me sleeping,
she was asking you because she was just jealous. I mean, she didn't mean anything by it. She's just like,
yeah.
I mean,
and then the other guy's like, "Yeah, how do you do it? Or actually, what did you take to do it?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Nothing."
that's what I would have asked.
Come on.
People
Anyway,
got fucking balls, dude.
the balls.
Somebody puts a guitar in an overhead bin, and somebody decides that it's their job now to say something
Dude.
about it.
And I was telling the person I was
What
with.
is that instinct?
I was telling Jenny, that was the person I was with. I should make that clear. I was telling Jenny, like, I hate doing this because I hate because people look at me and they think that I'm better. I think I'm better than them or something. I get this whole bin, and I hate doing it in front of people. I don't.
Well, there's room for a few backpacks and stuff in there afterwards, but certainly it limits the roller ball assholes, and those people are dicks anyway. I mean, look at their luggage.
Yeah, we're going to Denver because my friend wanted me to play her wedding, like the wedding procession of the perception of a procession,
not reality.
Oh, I think procession actually.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good one, Dawson.
You wanted you to play while they walk down the aisle?
Well, they were the perception of the procession.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
So
it the recession or the
Perfection.
procession?
I'm sure it
Yeah.
was perfection.
Just
Yeah.
don't forget your
Amateur session.
prescription.
yeah, but so as the progression of the day took place,
The progression of the procession.
of the perception
in
of the
such
perception.
a recession.
Yes. The
Was there a transgression?
No, but there is a level of oppression.
anyway,
Now you guys are just stretching.
I had to play. Somebody make that into a song. Add a beat to it. Yeah, I remember she asked me to learn this Mumford and Sons song because that's like her and her husband's song.
I Will Wait.
That's the one.
Classic.
How'd you know?
Because it's the fucking best Mumford and Sons song. What other song would there be? It's like the best one.
It was "I Will Wait."
Yeah, it's a fucking great song.
Yeah, so I learned it, but I had to learn it like in a wedding style because it's like kind of fast and it's when she walks down the aisle. So I learned it. I played it a little slower, a little more romantic, a little lighter.
Make them wait.
Make them wait. Really make them wait.
Make
and
'em wet.
make.
You got half the room, Doss. That's all I got.
Yeah.
And so I practice it for a week straight, just because this is important. Like I don't want to mess these kind of things, these moments up. Right?
You didn't want to wait.
I didn't want to
You
wait.
didn't want to fuck up your dude's wedding?
I don't want to f up the dude's wedding.
Yeah.
And so, so she's walking down the aisle. I'm playing the intro, and then I get into the first verse, and I sing about 2 lines in the first verse, and I look up, and she's out the front, and she kind of gives me the cut it off.
That was it. You
That
didn't
was
even
it.
get to the
I brought
fun
my
part.
guitar, got yelled at by a lady, and I learned this song, and I played for like 15 seconds.
Did you learn how to do all that like banjo?
Yeah,
finger
I did it
picking
all.
stuff?
I did it all,
Damn.
man. I did it all. I learned it all.
Patreon exclusive. Can we get that at the next meetup?
Yeah.
I mean, because I'd be like,
I'd fucking listen to that.
honestly, look, I can handle Mumford but
Yeah.
not all of his sons.
Let's just keep it to the solo project.
Keep it to fucking
of
Mumford's
Mumford.
parts, okay?
Yeah, it's not a family affair.
Right.
I just want Mumford. But anyway.
Humble brag, I've seen them in concert before, and when they do that section of, because not all their songs have that sort of lineup banjo sound, but they'll kind of like line up, and it's a good thing Gary's not here because I want to talk music with you two guys. This is a question just for you two guys because you guys are into music.
Sure.
Do you guys pay a lot of attention to how the band is positioned?
It's laid out on the stage. Yes.
And I'm going to bring it up because with Mumford & Sons, they kind of are set up like a traditional rock band for a little bit. And then about halfway into the show, they rearrange themselves and they do that thing where they're all in a line.
Yeah.
And they got the stand-up bass and the plucky fucking banjo. And there's probably 6 or 7 songs of theirs that are just
that was their original sound.
Fucking believable. Yeah.
Yeah. So they didn't have a drummer. So what they would do is, they would have the stand-up bass, the banjo, the guitar, and he would sing, but also they'd have a kick drum to just kind of keep the pulse going, like boom, 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 like throughout the song. And that's kind of their sound, really. I associate that more of their sound than when they had when they got a drummer and it became more of a band.
But I'm just saying they do both. But when they do that lineup part, dude, it just brings the house down every time.
Yeah.
So I guess again to ask you guys a question that Gary can't answer. Do you guys pay a lot of attention to how you guys are positioned? I mean, obviously,
I love it.
Yourself
you know what I
center.
love that not enough bands do? I don't need the drummer in the back all the time. It's kind of cool when the drummer's up front, like to the side of the stage.
Oh yeah,
I do
what
like
about just directly in
trio
front of the
lined
lead
up that
singer?
way.
Yeah. Or directly in front of the lead singer. No, but I like him. I kind of like him. People in a line and the drummer's up front because it feels. I don't know. I think that's why they line up. Mumford & Sons lines up because it feels a little more intimate. Rather than a big rock band, so they can even take like a big stage and make it more intimate because they just all get together, and it kind of draws the audience in. So I like more. I wish more bands would have the drummer repositioned from that back riser, and just get him up front. Because to be honest, most of the time, especially in rock bands, the drummers are most fun to watch because there's the most motion.
For sure.
Yeah, so I like seeing the drummers up front, personally. Not my drummer though. He's in the back. I got to be up front. All right. Anyway, you guys want to do some comments?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Now it's time for listener
All right. And once again, these are all comments found within our Facebook group. And if you're listening to the sound of my voice and you are not part of our Facebook group, I suggest you join. It's really easy. You just go to www.facebook.com/groups/BoBoBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. Then you answer a few questions and we might let you in. It's my favorite place on the internet. Great
So
community.
easy.
It's super easy to do too.
It's the best.
Yeah. So
That's the only part of Facebook I'll look at anymore.
yeah, it's nice.
Every now and then I accidentally find myself into like the normal part of Facebook and I immediately leave.
Yeah. This is
I
like,
do find myself on taping days though not looking at it because I know we're about to read a bunch of them.
Matt likes to keep it raw.
to be fresh.
Yeah, because
for that.
remember how when we used to start doing this bit and I'd read a comment, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, Jacob Morales wrote in and he says, what do you guys think of burritos?" And Matt goes, "Oh, I don't know." Oh yeah, wow, burritos.
That was my tagline. For
Yeah.
a while. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, "Jeez, Matt, come on, dude."
That went through a whole tagline, era where he was just he tried what me worry and then that didn't really tag.
Yeah, burritos. What, me worry? Yeah. But Matt really kind of tamped it down a little bit, and he just seems a little more natural now. Or he got better at acting. I don't know.
It's definitely not that.
But whatever it is, it's working. All right, so Dan Churchman.
What's this one about?
This is Dan Churchman, Matt. I know you haven't read this one. He says, "Is there an apocalypse tomorrow? If there is an apocalypse tomorrow, and then we recover it in like 40 to 50 hard years, I think the most valuable skill on the planet will be
Podcasting.
a pizza chef." But yeah, I want to hear what you guys think it would be. But yeah, dude, pizza chef is important. Yeah. You can't let that art die.
I mean, I guess I'm trying to understand what he's going for, just from a practical standpoint, or
I think
just
if we're
like
going practical, wouldn't it be ammo manufacturer?
Oh, see, Gary Gary, you're watching too much of The Last of Us and The Walking Dead.
No,
You don't
I'll
think we
tell
can
you
live in
exactly.
harmony and just
I've
enjoy
never seen a
food?
single frame of Walking Dead, but maybe The Last of Us is permeating a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah, you're
Here's
worried.
my-
Okay, so Gary's just worried. He thinks in the apocalypse it's actually going to become more dangerous to meet other humans, whereas Dan's like, oh no, we'll all live in harmony and eat pizza.
Here's what I think, and it's not anything I would ever want to do, but dentistry. I feel like back in medieval times, like you get a toothache and then you just fucking die. Like it would just go up to your brain and you died. Like that's what happened. You
Death
you
by
got a cavity,
toothache. That was a big
and
deal.
it would destroy your mouth and then you couldn't eat and then you would eventually die.
Yeah.
So to me, dentistry, I think, is really going to be like every time I go to the dentist, I went a couple weeks ago. Maybe it's why it's fresh in my mind. But I was just like, what an incredible skill to have, to possess this knowledge and to be able to like actually help somebody like keep their teeth clean for them in a, much larger way than just a regular brushing would do. Anyway.
And Matt, where exactly is this magical tree of dentists that you speak of?
Dentistry? It's a profession.
Those are
Isn't
your
it?
words, sir. I don't know what to tell you. You're saying the most important thing would be a beautiful bush.
Matt thinks
that's
that
about-
dentists just grow on trees. No, they go through training. They're educated, Matt. It's not as easy as that. But I am with Matt because I saw Castaway, and that was the one thing that he couldn't really figure out himself. I mean, he was able to remove a tooth, but it was the worst scene to watch in the whole movie.
Oh, that was tough.
And two, he passed out from it. It knocked him out. And yeah, it's just without the proper tools and knowledge, it could be a real issue. A lot goes
you
on
need
inside
some
there.
serious desert island gnaw.
Yeah, that's
There
right.
to be a dentistry.
For years, so I got the DVD of Castaway for my van that I pimped out, my minivan that I got the TV in.
Yeah, because everyone wants to watch a 3-hour epic in a van.
That was because that was a movie that came out recently, right? Or it was on sale. I don't remember what it was, but I got a DVD player, a fold-out TV, and I'm like, man, I'm just gonna watch movies in my van because I still live at home with my mom, and I need some alone time. And so me and a buddy, I was like, dude, my van's all set. Finally got the TV installed, got a DVD player. And by the way, just a reminder, these are actual TVs. These aren't made for car TVs. This is like a full-on flat screen TV with a swivel mount that came down from the ceiling that I installed myself, and we put it into the battery.
Came down from the ceiling. How fucking tall is
Yes,
this car?
The fact that it flips, it was a full-size van.
It flipped
The fact
down.
that it
Sorry.
flips down suggests to me that it is made for a vehicle.
No.
Who has that at their home? I'll screw this into the ceiling.
It had I don't know. The mount it was a flip down mount.
I feel like that's
I don't know,
for
they pivot.
mobile applications.
Okay, whatever it is, it might have been, but it worked for me. So, and it would fold up flat. So I flipped it down. I parked it. We went to like some parking lot or somewhere. Like, dude, let's just watch a movie at full blast. I got the Castaway, and I haven't seen it before. And we put it in, and we're watching it, and it's the scene where the I don't, spoiler alert, I guess.
Yeah,
the plane
make sure you do
crashes.
that.
The plane crashes, and it's the plane crash scene where Tom Hanks is just hanging.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, sorry. Tom Hanks is like hanging on to stuff on the plane as it's shaking around, and then the whole movie cuts to black because my battery died. My battery could not handle the amount of power that it was
For one
drawing,
sequence.
and everything just died, and we were just stranded in this parking lot. And that's when I realized, oh my God, I can't even watch a whole movie. I spent so much money. I literally just saved up all this money to get this TV installed and this DVD player installed, and it freaking can't even play a whole movie because unless the car was running.
Hold on,
You
you keep
can
saying
fucking spend a lot on gas.
You keep saying a whole movie. You didn't get 13 minutes into that film,
I know, I
sir.
really didn't. And so I never watched Castaway because I was bitter about it. I was so bitter every time I get to that point because it just really, it emotionally let me down. And then this is with my buddy Jake. And then so we found out that it only works either if I find an outlet, which at the time was harder to find than you think, that I could just plug everything into, or if the car was running. So we never used it. But then we were like, let's go to Vegas one day. And we're like, okay, so we fill up the car for friends to go to Vegas, taking my van. And Jake brings his Xbox. He's like, hey, car will be running. Let's play some Xbox while we get up to Vegas. All right. So he plugs in the Xbox, start the car. We would go about 10 feet, red ring of death. Thing just bricked. His Xbox just got destroyed. And and that was what happened to my car.
For anyone who doesn't know
That's
what
a
the
van of
red
my
ring
dreams.
of death was, in the Xbox 360, there are certain ones that just a red ring would show up where the ring was supposed to be green, and that just meant you're effed. This is trash. There's nothing that can be done. This is complete
Brick,
trash.
yeah.
Throw this thing away. And it's probably just coincidence that it happened in your car, because there was just a large segment.
Okay. I thought it was like something with like the wattage
Vibration or
or
something?
something. I don't know. Just because he had to plug it into my car. Anyway, that's what happened when I pimped out my ride. Dewey Smith writes, gum? Nah. Because we were talking about being gum guys. Gum? Nah, it doesn't mix well with Copenhagen. Although Hubba Bubba bubble gum wrapped with Redmond leaf chew is good for an outing. Now, I feel like this. I want to pose this question once again to Gary and Matt about chew. So, no, Doss, have you mixed chew with gum? Is that a thing?
No, because you swallow the juice from the gum. If you swallow the fucking juice from the tobacco, you're going to throw up unless you have a stomach of steel. And then you got to be worried about the shit you're swallowing. You're supposed to spit it out, get it out of your body. You're not supposed to digest this stuff.
Yeah.
So no, it's a horrible idea. And anyone who does it has a stomach of steel.
That's what separates the men from the boys.
Well, the really old men.
Yeah, Matt, have you ever tried chew?
Big League Chew or tobacco?
No, tobacco.
No, I never have. I mean, I've smoked cigarettes before, but I've maybe smoked like 3 cigarettes my entire life.
Yeah,
but
I've never
chewed tobacco.
I've
no.
never chewed it either. Gary,
No.
should we try it on air?
No.
Yeah.
I'm good, man.
Dad.
I'm
My
good.
friend's dad dipped and never had a spitter. And like 3 years into high school, I find out it's because he swallows it.
Yeah.
Oh, you are a fucking badass.
Wow.
Now, I definitely have accidentally picked up someone's spitter thinking it was a beer of that belonged to me and hit off of it. And that's the worst thing in the world. I think it's only happened once, but
Yeah.
that
is
Yikes.
disgusting.
tough.
Yeah, and I've seen The Sandlot. I kind of know what happens, but that's really gross. All right, Eric Lepore, you just go on to, okay, guys, what's your favorite Western movie? I've been liking more and more Westerns. Lucky for me, unfortunately for my wife, I have been able to combine my increasing level of Westerns with my hobby of collecting firearms. Now I have a growing collection of Western-style firearms. Yeah, Dawson loves Westerns.
I do, but they haven't made a good one in a long time.
But what's like your all-timer?
Well, Unforgiven. Unforgiven is fantastic. Tombstone is an epic. The alternate version of Tombstone, starring Kevin Costner, called Wyatt Earp, is certainly worth a watch. It's a bit more tamed down and a bit more historical, and it's got Dennis Quaid as Doc Holliday. That's pretty good. I love High Noon. High Noon is one of the best. Pale Rider. Pale Rider is good. Clint Eastwood plays a preacher and kills a bunch of people. And High Plains Drifter, probably one of the best. So yeah, there's a lot there to choose from.
You gotta give a little bit of love to the spaghetti Western genre. I would say
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Good,
and
the Bad, and the Ugly is
Fistful
fucking
of Dollars.
Yeah, Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that one too.
Yeah.
That was classic. You know,
Yeah, I think the best of those
Back
was
to the
Hang 'Em
Future
High.
3.
another great one.
Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West.
Classic.
The only thing I think about with Wild Wild West, there's 2 things. One is that song, Wild Wild West. And then 2 is Will Smith turned down.
Thank God he demoed it. I actually had forgotten the song until that moment.
I got you. And then Will Smith turned down to be Neo in the Matrix to do Wild Wild West. So that was
Neo. Boy, that was
a mistake.
yeah. Well, it
Johnny's laughing
worked
all
out
the
the
way
way
back.
it should have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Nobody's mad about it but him. Corey Harper, he says, Chris, pro tip, go to estate sales, not swap meets. He got a Magnavox, 1960s Magnavox, $50. Peter Pan pictures framed from the book, $15 each. So yeah, he got some pages too. But yeah, I've been to estate sales. I actually really like estate sales, Corey. The only
Why,
weird
because of the death.
that's the only that I was just going to say. The only thing weird looming is, yeah, this was all owned by somebody who just died. Especially like I've been to places where they're selling the guy's bed, and I'm like, no,
Nope.
I could draw a line.
Yeah, no, there's
Draw
certain
a
things you
line.
don't buy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want his bed.
Beds and coffins. Don't buy used.
Yeah, but do you guys ever do the estate sales? Because they're fun.
I've never been to one, and the fact that you've been to multiple ones, what kind of life am I leading? I've never been to one before.
Matt, look
I
them up,
saw
especially
one.
if you're available on like weekdays. That's when you got to go.
To just buy things.
Well,
I
weekday they
guess
just go around. No, but you don't. You can just peruse, and then if something really calls your name out, then buy it. But you don't have to go buy things just to buy it.
But that sounds like a garage sale or a yard sale. I also would never go do one of those. And this is like a really expensive version of that. Like I'm not the kind of person to just go browse items.
Oh, dude. If I see a garage sale or a
Flea
yard
market,
sale
ugh.
and I'm free,
You're in.
I will stop. I'll pull over and I'll take a look at what they got.
Wow. Yeah. See, I see the signs all over the place. The big, bright yellow or bright pink construction paper that says garage sale with a big arrow. And I'm always like, who goes to these things?
Now
A
here,
lot of people do.
I've got a holy grail.
I know.
For anyone who's interested in the Southern California area. I know of a neighborhood that consists of, I don't know, probably 500 homes, and they, as a community, have a designated garage sale day every year. And so everyone basically just puts their stuff out and it's sort of like a spring cleaning type of thing.
Yeah.
That shit is fun to like walk around that neighborhood because you can 4 hours, you'll only see half of it maybe, but there is plenty of stuff and there's a wide variety.
See,
They got
that's
bars. They
dangerous.
sell booze to these things.
Here's
What's
the
going on?
dangerous part of that. It's good for people coming out of the neighborhood to get rid of your junk. But a lot of times what happens is you'll just buy your neighbor's crap and then you'll put that in your house. And then it's got to come up for sale again in another year or so.
You're all just it's just making the rounds in the neighborhood, I guess. Let's see here. Charlene Lamb says, actually, bowling does have a short history of being an outdoor sport. People used to bowl in a park in Manhattan dedicated to bowling. The area is now called Bowling Green.
There you go. Perfect.
I literally burst out laughing when Kalen said, you need to have a dedicated team standing behind the pins because the team that did it is not what you'd picture. They used to hire little boys and girls with chump change to stand behind the pins, pick them up, and manually reset them. Now, if anyone's gone bowling, you'd know that pins, a lot of times, pins go flying. These poor kids would oftentimes get smacked by these pins, and they're covered in bruises. And that is my useless history knowledge being put into action. Woo-woo.
Love it.
Thanks, Charlene.
I mean, not that.
The good old days when child labor wasn't frowned upon.
Yeah. By the
Give
way,
them some big league chew. You're good to go.
I know those are the good old days. Matt, by the way, Gary sent this in to you as well. But the Netflix ending their DVD delivery. What are you going to do?
Well,
Besides keep all the DVDs you have now.
We stopped doing the DVD delivery a couple years ago, which may be why they're now done. Because I feel like I was probably one of 12 people who was doing it, so that's a huge downtick in their service if I leave the service.
Matt, I got to be honest. It was not a joke. I still was under the impression that you were subscribing to the DVD business. I did not know that.
It didn't. When we moved to Texas, we stopped.
So
it was tough.
So a couple of years being 1 year and 3 days.
Yeah, sometimes you got to round up. All right, Gary. Sometimes you got to round up.
What was the last DVD that you remember getting from them?
Great question.
I know mine.
I honestly have no idea. I really don't. I would be making something up. I can ask my wife when we're done, but I could not tell you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's yours, Chris?
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. You were like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I'm done. I've seen all the great movies now. I can't. It can't get any better than that.
Can't get
I've
better
watched
than
quite
that.
a bit of Kung Fu Panda in the last 6 months.
It's a good one.
Heavy rotation over here.
Really great
Yeah.
Dave and Buster's game too. It's very fun. Now those were our comments, everybody. Thanks for writing in.
Hey,
Oh, by the way, Gary, speaking of your neighborhood,
Yeah.
so Dawson, I didn't text this to you because you don't have an iPhone, but there's
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
I almost crashed my car trying to take a picture. This car just drives by me, right here, by the way, Dawson, by the studio. And right when I get on the freeway, I see it, and the license plate is Glizzy. I'm like, oh my God. And I get my phone, I like pull up next to the car, and I take a picture, and I send it.
It's not spelled correctly.
I know, but it's close enough.
Okay.
It's close enough. It's basically Glizzy. And I send it to the boys, and within 1 second, Garrett goes, oh yeah, another person lives in my neighborhood.
I did not say I know them. I said that car lives in my neighborhood. I've almost sent this picture numerous times, but it's spelled Glissy, whereas I believe the proper would be with Z's.
With Z's, yeah.
So I've just never, I didn't want to. It
wasn't good enough?
I didn't want to get made fun of, frankly. I thought someone was going to come back with snarky, like, oh, cool. If only the two letters were different, it would make sense for this chain.
No, I would have appreciated it.
All right, just say that I would have texted it, okay? You don't need to pretend like it would have been someone else.
Yeah, well, look, I thought that was assumed.
That's kind of a small world.
I honestly have. I've been hoping to see it on a dog walk so I can send you guys back my own version of it. So I'm sure I will in the coming days, but I haven't since you sent that. But
hopefully we all can find Glissy in the wild. All right,
Chris, thank you for not sending it.
Oh well, now I'm sending it to you. All right, Matt, do you have a Shay?
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Let's do a Shay.
Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey Matt,
what's on the menu?
Well, before I jump into what I'm about to talk about, let me just remind everybody, if you're not signed up for our Patreon, please do so. Patreon.com/watercooler. We are in the middle of going through my journal entries as a 13-year-old from when I went to Washington, D.C. And so that's what all the shays have been on that feed.
But
so
it's not just about that. I don't want people to think that they're just, I'm reading a 13-year-old's journal.
It's all about food.
No, Matt is in love, you guys. Matt's in love, and his journal, his hunger is for love.
And I don't know if you remember, but
for romance.
In part 2, it was revealed, and frankly, I forgot that at some point in this obsession, we learned that Dibs might like me.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, what the source is yet to be determined.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's over at Patreon.
Oh yeah. By the way, Dibs is what Matt calls this girl.
You're trying to get Dibs to spend some time with you, but
just trying to put some positive thought out into the world.
Just trying to be alone with her, but her friends are always there. I wonder why that is.
Yeah. So this is Matt having trouble.
Yeah.
Just
13.
Or they just don't want to be around Matt.
Thank
alone.
you.
So anyway, it's a love story that I'm invested with.
Yes, it's a love story.
And so it's not just a Shay. It's a love story for the ages. So please subscribe to Patreon.
The thrilling conclusion is going to be this week.
I can't wait.
Definitely check that out.
All right. So what do we got for Shay today?
Over here, you guys may recall I mentioned the whole gum guy thing because my parents were in town recently. And while we did take them to a number of restaurants that I've talked about on Shay, we also tried a brand new restaurant, a place that I've been dying to go to. It's called the Salt Lick Barbecue.
Oh, that's very well known.
It was featured in Somebody Feed Phil, one of the more recent episodes of that show. So if you want to see it for yourself, I highly suggest that. It's on Netflix.
It's one of the top 3 places in Austin as far as fame, right?
It's definitely like a very famous barbecue place. It's in a city called Driftwood, so it's technically outside of Austin. It's about 30 minutes away from South Austin, and you kind of are just driving on these beautiful farmland roads, and all of a sudden there's just like an oasis of cars and this incredible, it basically looks like a vineyard, and they even have like a Salt Lick Cellars section, but it's essentially like a giant outdoor barbecue place, live music. It's been open since the 60s. I think I have 1967 is when they first opened. They have a huge banquet hall, and then they have a gigantic deck area, which is associated with the Salt Lick Cellars. And so they have a whole bunch of different wines and beers that you can try over there. But it's also BYOB, which makes it all the greater. So what you kind of do is you pack up essentially a picnic's worth of wine and check out the live music. And I mean, we went on a Sunday. We got there at 7. It took fucking 2 hours to get seated, but it didn't matter because we were just enjoying the lovely Austin evening.
That's pretty long, dude. That's tough.
It was super long. We should have gone a little bit earlier.
I would bring a snack.
Well, I should have done that. That was a mistake. But the snack was the wine. That's all I need. Keep me going. This place does baby back ribs, but only on Sundays. And they do other kind of ribs, but the baby back's what my wife likes, what I know my mom's going to want while she's in town. So we're like, all right, we're going to go there on that Sunday night.
Boy.
Well, let me just tell you, after 2 hours,
Yep.
I was like, we're not going to get these ribs. I do not think we're going to get these ribs. And when we finally got seated, I was like, 1 rack of the baby back ribs, please. And she said, we're out. And I just went, fucking God damn it. And then she went, hold on, let me check.
Oh.
And she left and came back and said, there's 1 more rack left and it's yours.
Oh my God.
So
That's
we got
amazing.
the
Bullshit.
last
bullshit.
rack. I swear to God.
She says that to everyone to get a
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
That's a good move.
Now, Austin is also known for the brisket. So I was bragging to my parents about how amazing brisket is around here. And so, of course, we're also going to get a little bit of brisket. And it comes with some beans. You get the coleslaw. And then also on Sundays, they have a special potatoes au gratin. And I'll say that again for the French experts. Au gratin. It's basically
We hate
potatoes
you.
and cheese.
Everyone
And
hates
it
you.
Good
was
Zoom hype.
fucking delicious. Overall, incredible meal. The brisket, not as good as some of the
Oh.
other places that
Wow,
I've been
that's
to,
very
I gotta
surprising.
say. That was a little bit of a disappointment, but the ribs were really incredible. So it was all worth it just for the atmosphere and that whole experience. The other thing that was a little disappointing, and this is really my own fault, on Somebody Feed Phil, they brought him to like this giant outdoor smoke pit. And for some reason in my mind, I thought that was something that was available to the public. So I was expecting to kind of get not necessarily like up on top of the barbecue, but really see the like slabs of meat cooking and roasting, but nowhere to be found. Not
I
that
like
can
that
see
Matt
it.
watches television and is like, well, I have access to this.
Yes. Oh, he's eating in the kitchen. I'm going to do that too.
Well, you never know.
He's going to the chef's house afterward. Hey, Mom, we better plan ahead. Bring an
There's a
extra
chef
bottle
to
of wine.
visit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't normally do that. Maybe, maybe I just misremembered this segment, but I just sort of felt like this was a thing that you could see at this location. So a little bit of a letdown, but everybody that was there enjoyed the food. And because we got the baby back ribs, it was a very successful night. So I'll definitely be going back. That's what's on the menu.
Nice.
Hey, that's the thing.
I would really want to go. There's definitely on my list too. Is the Chili's baby back rib song the best jingle?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask what's
Certainly
the best song about
baby back
ribs.
ribs.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's definitely the best.
There is
And
a
the
song by
pantheon
Willie
of
Lomax
music about
Blues
baby
Review.
back ribs, yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as like commercial jingles go, I mean, I'm still singing that today. That has to mean something.
It's up there for sure.
It's up there. We'll discuss this in a future episode. I want you guys, and I want people on the Facebook to give us them too. I'd love to create a.
I might make an argument for the Cars for Kids jingle just because it lodged their phone number into all of our psyches, which
Yeah.
is a clever marketing tool as well.
But look, yeah, we'll definitely talk about function, but also musicality. Like the new Burger King jingle is an earworm.
Dude, that shit gets me.
It's great. So
All
yeah.
for $5? That can't be right.
At BK,
That's what I
have
pressed.
it your way. It's
How are you guys even seeing commercials? I don't. Oh, you guys watch sports. That must be what it is.
But they're
I haven't seen a commercial in a decade. Like who watches
Yeah.
commercials?
Well, they
It's crazy.
also do audio versions of it on podcasts. I've heard that BK jingle
It's
on
a 15-second skip button. My voice went really high there.
yeah.
Look,
Skip button.
sometimes you've got a bag of shit attached to your fucking. You can't get to the skip button. It's only
No,
15.
you're
Yeah,
right.
Gary's hands free right now. Okay.
And you know what? I'm playing at 1.75, Matt. So it's really only like 9.5 seconds.
Yeah, well, I
Yo,
did the same
I
thing.
got time.
Dude, that 1.75 is a pretty sweet
That's
spot.
pretty good. Yeah.
It two's a little
I had
too
to up it to
fast.
that too.
0.5, it sounds regular to me now. So yeah, that's a
Yeah.
nice spot. All right, well, why don't we go around and get our plugs in, and we'll GTFO, and we'll talk jingles next time. Gary, what's up with you?
Yeah, check out our Patreon. As referenced earlier, you can. It's the best and currently only way to support this show. Patreon.com/watercooler.
$5 is $5.
$5 is $5.
Yeah.
We actually have a big week over there this week. Movie night. We got a meetup. We got all kinds of stuff. So yeah, just check that out and support us. Even at the lowest tier, it's $5 a month and you get 100% more of this. So if you've gotten to this point in this show, I would say $5 a month for, 4 episodes every single month, 4 hours of content. I think that's a bargain. So
plus all the archived content. And by the way, if you click the 15-second button at the start of Gary's spiel, just a reminder, patreon.com/watercooler
Thank you.
is where you go.
right.
All right, Doss, up to you.
My plug is for the second best song ever written about ribs. It's called Ribs Are Ready by the Willie Lomax Blues Review. So check that song out. And then as soon as you listen to Ribs Are Ready, listen to the song No Fences by the Willie Lomax Blues Review. And you'll thank me later.
Okay. And I will listen to that. And and I want to hear more rib songs too. So there are more rib songs out there. I need them. Matt, what about you?
Well, I'm also a true crime writer, and you can listen to one of the latest episodes I've written. Sword and Scale Nightmares is the name of the feed, and the latest episode I wrote is called The Final House. I'm very excited. I've been getting some great reviews for that, so thank you all to those who have listened. And since we have a history of revealing important information, exciting announcements at the very end of the show, I'm going to let you guys know I got a new bonsai tree. Finally did it.
Yeah, buddy, nice.
Yep. It took a few years, but I'm back in the bonsai biz.
Congrats, dude.
So I'll keep you guys updated.
Please keep us updated. Send us pictures. Bring it out to the podcast every once in a while.
Maybe.
Let them listen.
Know. It's got to stay in sunlight, so you don't want to move it too much.
But what if we help it grow with our content? You don't think our content is sunlight?
Yeah, Matt.
You don't think we're talking?
I should play our podcast for the plant.
Play for the tree.
Well, hold on. He has a name. So his name's Tobias.
Name?
Tobias.
Okay.
Funke?
That's right. Because he's a little Funke himself.
That's fantastic.
Oh.
Yep.
Tobias is also the name of the hawk in Animorphs, but yeah, we'll go with Funke.
There are literally dozens of us.
Please play us for the bonsai tree. I would love to see how Tobias grows.
Yep.
Well, and congrats, man! I can't wait to hear about your.
It's a really proud
bonsai.
day here in the.
This is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big day.
As for me, there's an Instagram account that I love called. It's a golf Instagram account, and it's like my favorite. It's my favorite thing to watch right now. It's this guy named Eric Lottery, ErickLottary. He just plays golf. He tracks you down through like each video is like him just going through one hole at a course, and him and his buddies, and it's just riveting. So just watch it. It makes me happy, and I think it'll make you happy. All right, that will do it for Watercooler. Thanks again for listening. We'll be back for Movie Night Patreon Meetup all this week. We'll see you there. We love you. Good.
Wait. I said no. I think I said No Fences. The song's called Too Many Fences.
Oh yeah. See, I would have been like,
very important.
Where are the fences?
Sorry, had to get it in. People are gonna get confused.
They were gonna get confused. Okay, so there we go. Please listen to that song. We love you. Goodbye.
Oh.